This tutorial will show you how to make an entry into the Entry4Sports online entry portal. The address is island.entry4sports.com and the following page should appear, which shows you the events that you can enter. Before you can make an entry, you have to log into the system, and this is done by pressing the login button on the top right hand side, which will bring up the login screen. If you have a username and password, this should be entered and you can log in. If not, you will have to register as a new user. Enter your username and password, press the red login button, and this then takes you back to the main screen where you can make an entry into the system. I'm going to make an entry here into the Galway under 13 to under 19 individual events, and all the events can be seen on the screen here. So to make an entry, I press the green entry form button, and that brings up the main entry system. On the left hand side there will be a list of athletes that can be entered into competition, and on the right hand side will be a list of the events that athlete can enter. To select an athlete, there are several methods. First of all, you can just scroll through your list of athletes. You can go to the next page where more athletes will appear, or alternatively you can filter your athletes by clicking the orange filter button. If you press the filter button, you can filter for your athletes on the basis of name, gender, or age group. Age group is particularly useful when making entries into the age group competitions, as it allows you to select an individual age group per time. Now, I'm going to make an entry into the under 13 competition, so I select under 13 from the age group and press the green filter button. And on screen will appear all of the athletes in the under 13 age category that I can enter for Athenry AC. So I'm going to select Aidan. So I click Aidan's name once, he goes blue, and on the right hand side will be all the events that Aidan can enter. I want to enter Aidan for the 60-meter hurdles, and I also want to enter Aidan for the shot put. If I was to enter Aidan for a third event, for example the 80 meters, you will now see that the maximum number of events for Aidan has been met, and he can no longer enter any other event. The number of events is set for each individual age category. If you make a mistake or you don't want to enter for a particular event, you just click the tick and that box comes up to say that that event has been removed for that athlete. You can also see that it's now possible to enter Aidan for other events in the competition. On the entry form, it is possible to enter an athlete's PB for an individual event, and this will actually show on the field cards and also on the track sheets for the individual events. Once you have entered all the events for a particular athlete, you can either go and pay for that athlete or go and add more athletes into your basket. They can be of the same age group, they can be of a different age group, and you can select those on the left hand side. In this case, I'm happy that I have selected all of the events that I want to enter in this time, and now I'm going to go on to pay for that athlete. To pay for an athlete, you go to the bottom right hand corner to the plus button, you press the plus button, and it comes up to show the athletes and events which are shown in your entry card. An important thing to note is that although there is a cost associated with each individual entry, in County Galway we only charge per athlete, not per event, and a discount will be applied in your basket so that you will only be paying €5 per athlete. You click the checkbox to say that you agree for the entry fees paid are non-transferable and non-refundable, and then click the green Add and go to Basket. You will now see that the discount has been applied so that only a €5 charge is charged per athlete. If you are adding multiple athletes and with multiple events, you will see that multiple discounts are applied so that only a €5 charge is levied per athlete. If you wanted to, you could empty your basket completely and go back and make more entries. Or alternatively, you can click the green Proceed to Checkout button, and that will then pay for your entries. What comes up now is the checkout screen. On the left hand side, you insert all of your billing details. What you're going to be charged for is on the right hand side, and then you enter both your card number, not forgetting to put in the 3-digit security card number on the right hand side. You select the I have read and agreed to the website terms and conditions, and you press place order. Once you have placed the order, an order received screen appears showing you what events and which athletes you have entered, the cost, and how much has been debited to your credit or debit card. And that is the completion of an individual athlete. If you want to go back to make more entries, you can go to the top of the screen to click back to entries. But what will happen is you will then have to select at the top of the screen County Galway and which of the competitions you want to enter, either the individual events or the relay events. And when you do that, again you get back to the screen which shows the athletes that can be entered and the events that they can be entered into. To make a relay entry, go to the correct relay event selection and click on entry form. The selection for athletes now has an extra box above it which says team events. If you click the button to the right, it now opens an extra screen allowing you to make an entry for the relay. So I'm going to make an entry here into the 4x100 under 13 male relay. So I select the green Add Team button, and I now get presented with a screen where I can enter details. Now this is slightly different to the individual entries in that you have to type the names of the athletes. So for example, for leg 1, I will start to type the name of the athlete and it will recognize an athlete's name, so you don't have to type the entire name, you can just click that athlete's name. Go down to leg 2 and you see that it starts to select the next athlete, the third athlete, and the fourth athlete. You can see here that typing DAR selects 2 athletes, so you can just select the athlete that you want. You can put an optional 5th and 6th person. A minimum of 4 athletes needs to be entered. What you should also do is enter here the team name, and for this case it will be Athenry AC under 13 boys relay team 1. It would be useful if you could keep to the same naming method for all of your relay teams. Once you've entered the team name and the 4 people, you can then go to the submit button, and it shows on the right hand side Team Athenry AC under 13 boys relay team 1 saved to the order summary. And down here at the bottom it says that there are athletes entered. So likewise for an individual entry, if you click on the plus button, it shows you that there is a relay team to be entered, the 4 people to be entered, and again click the I agree that entry fees paid are non-transferable and non-refundable, add and go to basket, and then that gives you the option to pay for your relay team. Multiple relay teams per age group can be entered, but it is important that the team name that you give each individual relay team is different from the others. I suggest you use team 1, team 2, team 3, etc. for subsequent teams after relay team 1. For the under 9 relay, all athletes must be under 9. It's not possible to have an under 8 athlete in an under 9 relay team. And for most relay teams, a maximum of 2 people can move up from the age group below. For example, 2 under 12s can appear on an under 13 relay team. For the older age groups, under 17, under 18, under 19, all athletes can be from the age group below. So that concludes the tutorial of how to make entries into the Entry4Sports system. If anybody has any questions, then please send me an email at galwayentries@gmail.com.